Let's get right into it. Number 9. The bare-handed apple rip. You're at a picnic and you want to impress someone. You grab an apple, and with your bare hands you rip it in half like it's made of paper. Everyone looks at you like you're some kind of superhero. But this trick isn't about strength at all. It's about knowing a secret that apple farmers have known forever. Apples have a natural weakness, like Superman has kryptonite. Here's how you do it. Position your thumbs next to each other on the top of the apple, right where the stem would be. Dig those thumbs in slightly. You're looking for the apple's natural seam that runs from top to bottom. Every apple has one. It's like nature's dotted line. Now, here's the key. Don't try to pull it apart. Instead, you roll your thumbs away from each other while gripping the apple firmly with your fingers, like you're trying to break open a book. The apple will literally split in half, clean down the middle. It's not strength, it's physics and leverage. Most people try to pull the apple apart like they're in a tug of war. That's why they fail. They're fighting against the apple's strongest points instead of exploiting its weakness. You can practice this with softer apples first. A Red Delicious works great for beginners. Once you've got it down, you can move up to the harder varieties like Granny Smith and really blow some minds. The best part is this trick takes about 5 minutes to get the feel for, but people will think you've spent years developing super strength. Just don't tell them the secret. Let them think you're a freak of nature. Number 8. The anti-gravity water trick. You fill a glass with water, put a piece of cardboard on top, and flip the whole thing upside down. The water stays in the glass, defying gravity. You might be thinking this will just end up with water all over your floor and a very angry roommate, and you're not wrong if you mess it up. But it actually works, every time, if you know the secret. The secret is atmospheric pressure. The air all around us is constantly pushing on everything with about 14.7 pounds per square inch of force. When you flip the glass, that air pressure pushes up on the cardboard, holding it against the rim. The water tries to fall out, but for it to fall, air would have to get in to replace it. Since the cardboard creates a seal, a vacuum would form at the top of the glass. Nature hates a vacuum more than your mom hates dirty dishes in the sink. The outside pressure is stronger than the weight of the water, so everything stays put. Once you know the trick, it takes literally 30 seconds to master. Just make sure the rim of the glass is completely wet to get a good seal, cover it with the cardboard, and flip it quickly and confidently while holding the cardboard in place. The first time you do it, you'll probably be standing over your sink, sweating like you're defusing a bomb, but after that, you'll be doing it over your friend's expensive laptop just to watch them panic. Start with a plastic cup until you get the hang of it. That way when you inevitably mess up, you won't be picking glass out of your feet. Number 7. Throwing cards like a ninja. You've seen it in movies. A magician or an assassin flicks a playing card and it slices a banana in half. You don't need to spend years in a secret mountain monastery to learn this. In fact, you can get the basics down in about 5 minutes. It's all about the grip and the snap, not raw strength. First, hold the card like you're pinching a potato chip you really don't want to break. Your thumb goes on one corner, and your middle finger goes on the diagonally opposite corner. Your index finger just rests along the top edge, like it's a shy hitchhiker. Most people fail because they try to throw it like a baseball or a frisbee. That's like trying to cut a steak with a spoon. It won't work. Instead, the entire motion is a snap of the wrist. Think of it like you're trying to flick a bug off your wrist. You curl your wrist in, then snap it forward. The card should spin as it flies, like a tiny helicopter blade made of paper. That spin is what gives it stability and cutting power. When you first try this, your cards will probably flutter to the ground like drunk butterflies. But after about 5 minutes of practice, something will click. Suddenly, your cards are zipping across the room like tiny paper missiles, making that satisfying whoosh sound. Once you have the throw down, start aiming at targets. Start with something big, like a cardboard box. Don't try to slice fruit on your first day unless you enjoy cleaning up smooshed banana. The best part is a deck of cards costs about $2. That's cheaper than most hobbies. Plus, you can practice anywhere. Well, maybe not in libraries or during a funeral, but pretty much anywhere else. Just remember, if you're practicing indoors, stay away from anything breakable. These things can actually leave dents in drywall when thrown right. Number 6. Win a bar bet with physics. You're at a bar or a party, and you want to look like a genius. Grab 2 forks and interlock their tines so they're hugging each other tightly. Now take a coin. A quarter works best. You're going to balance the handles of both forks on the edge of that coin. Then, you're going to balance that entire bizarre contraption on the rim of a glass. The coin should be barely touching the edge, with the forks hanging down on the outside like a weird metal mustache. To everyone watching, it looks absolutely impossible. The forks appear to be floating in midair. The secret is the center of mass. For any object to be stable, its center of mass has to be at or below its point of support. It looks like the center of mass is way out where the forks are, but it's not. The heavy handles of the forks hang down and pull the combined center of mass for the entire system to a point directly below where the coin touches the glass. Think of a tightrope walker holding a long, heavy pole. The forks act as counterweights, pulling the center of mass down and making the whole thing ridiculously stable. You can even gently tap it, and it will just swing back into place. Bet someone a drink they can't do it. Let them fail miserably. Then you swoop in, set it up in 10 seconds, and enjoy your free drink. Number 5. The 2-second t-shirt fold. Think about how long it takes you to fold a t-shirt. Maybe 10 seconds if you're quick, or a whole minute if you're trying to make it look store perfect. I'm going to show you how to do it in 2 seconds flat and have it look better than ever. This is a skill that looks like pure magic. People will literally accuse you of using video editing when they see you do it, but it only takes about 5 minutes to learn this Japanese method. Here's how it works. Lay the shirt flat in front of you. Imagine a line running down the middle of the left side. With your left hand, pinch the shirt at the midpoint of that line. Now keep that pinch, and with your right hand, reach over and pinch the very top of the shoulder on that same side. Here's the magic part. Cross your right hand over your left, carrying that shoulder pinch all the way down to the bottom hem of the shirt, and pinch the hem as well. You should now be pinching 3 layers of fabric with your right hand. Now just uncross your arms by lifting the shirt. As you lift, one sleeve will tuck under. Just lay it back down face first, fold that last sleeve over, and you're done. A perfectly folded shirt. The first few times you try this, you'll probably create something that looks like your shirt got in a fight with a tornado. But by try number 10, you'll be doing it in your sleep. When someone comes over and sees your perfectly folded shirts, they'll think you're an organizational genius. Little do they know you're just lazy enough to learn a 2-second method. Number 4. The arm twist knot. Magicians do these fancy rope tricks where knots appear out of nowhere. This is exactly like that, except you don't need years of practice or a degree in sleight of hand. All you need is a piece of rope and your arms. Hold a piece of rope between your hands, about shoulder width apart. Then, cross your arms in front of you, like you're trying to give yourself a hug. Your right arm should be over your left. Grab the left end of the rope with your right hand and the right end with your left. Now simply uncross your arms, keeping hold of the rope. As you pull your hands apart, a perfect knot just appears in the middle of the rope. It's like your arms are doing magic without your brain even being involved. The first time you do this, you'll probably stare at the knot for a good minute wondering if you accidentally learned witchcraft. You can even do this in reverse. Start with a knot, cross your arms the same way, and when you uncross them, the knot vanishes. It looks complicated, but it's so simple a sleep-deprived person could do it. Once you learn this, you're going to be that annoying person at parties going, "Hey, want to see something cool?" while grabbing the drawstrings off people's hoodies. Don't tell anyone how easy it is. Let them believe you've unlocked some forbidden rope-tying knowledge. Professional magicians use this exact same trick. They just add more jazz hands to make it look harder. Number 3. The Unpoppable Balloon. Imagine walking up to someone, taking a sharp wooden skewer, and stabbing it straight through a balloon without it popping. They'll think you're some kind of wizard. This trick takes about 2 minutes to learn, and works because of some very cool science. Balloons aren't equally stretchy all over. The parts near the knot at the bottom and the little dark circle at the very top are actually much thicker and under less stress. These are called low-tension points, and they are your secret weapon. First, blow up a balloon. Don't pop it yet. Next, take your skewer and dip the tip in some cooking oil or Vaseline. This is crucial. It helps the skewer slide through the rubber without catching and tearing it. Now find the thick, dark spot near the knot. That's your entry point. Slowly and gently twist the skewer as you push it in, like you're screwing in a tiny light bulb. If you rush it, you'll be cleaning up rubber confetti. Once you're through the bottom, aim for the matching dark spot at the top of the balloon. Keep pushing and twisting slowly until the skewer comes out the other side. You now have a skewer straight through a balloon. You can wiggle it, show it to everyone, and the balloon won't pop. If you try this anywhere else on the side of the balloon, it'll explode in your face faster than your mom's patience on picture day. That's because those areas are under way more tension. This is one of the most visual and stunning tricks you can learn in just a few minutes. Number 2. Start a fire with a gum wrapper. This isn't just a party trick. This is legitimate survival knowledge that could save your life. You can start a fire with just a gum wrapper and a AA battery. That's it. Stuff you'd find at any gas station. You need one of those foil-lined gum wrappers, the kind with shiny foil on one side and paper on the other. You also need any common battery. Here's the process. Cut or tear your wrapper into a thin strip about half an inch wide. Now, make the middle of that strip much thinner than the ends, so it looks like a tiny bow tie. The thinner the middle part, the better. When you connect the foil ends of your wrapper to the positive and negative terminals of the battery, you complete a circuit. Electricity flows through the foil, and because that middle part is so thin, it has a high electrical resistance. It's like trying to force a highway's worth of traffic through a single tiny alley. That tiny middle section can't handle all that power, so it heats up. A lot. Within seconds, it will glow red hot, and the paper side of the wrapper will burst into flame. It's like having Zeus's lightning bolt in your pocket, except smaller and minty fresh. When the zombies come and everyone's fighting over the last box of matches at Walmart, you'll be sitting there with your double mint gum, living like a king. Just remember, practice this outdoors, away from anything flammable, and maybe don't mention this trick to your pyromaniac friends. Number 1. Opening a wine bottle with a shoe. You're at a party. Someone hands you a bottle of wine, but there's no corkscrew in sight. Panic sets in. But you, the hero of this story, calmly take off your shoe. Everyone thinks you're drunk before the wine is even open. This method looks absolutely ridiculous, but it works. And it's all about pressure and momentum. Take off your shoe. A flat-bottomed shoe like a sneaker works best, not a high heel. Put the bottom of the wine bottle into the shoe, right where your heel would go. The shoe is just there to cushion the bottle against the wall. Find a solid wall. A brick wall or a strong tree is perfect. Your roommate's paper-thin IKEA bookshelf will not work. Hold the bottle and shoe together firmly. The bottle should be horizontal, parallel to the floor. Now start tapping the shoe against the wall. Don't go crazy. You're not trying to demolish the building. Just firm, steady taps. With each tap, the wine inside slams against the front of the bottle, and this repeated hydraulic shock creates immense pressure that pushes the cork out from the inside, bit by bit. A quick heads up. This works best with real cork, not those synthetic plastic ones. Those synthetic corks are stubborn and won't budge. After about 5 or 6 good taps, you'll see the cork has crept out far enough to grab. Then you can just pull it the rest of the way with your hands. And there you have it. You've just opened a bottle of wine with a shoe and a wall, and you are now officially a legend. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.